Hi,
This is Lamont.
my name is Lamont. I'm with J&L Medical Services, and what I'm about to do right here is show you how to use this oxygen equipment, so your dad so you could be able to help him and assist him with his treatment. Okay? So let's start off with this concentrator here. This concentrator, a lot of people get the misconception that it creates oxygen, but it doesn't create oxygen. What this machine does is filter the oxygen that we currently breathe in.
Okay.
And this oxygen that we breathe in right now is at a 21% purity. But this equipment takes that air and purifies it and makes it 100% purity.
Okay.
So your father will be intaking that through the tubes that we're going to be connecting here today. So this concentrator has 3 lights on it, right? So these is the indications to let you know what's going on with the machine. This right here is a green light. That green light is on, is letting you know that the machine is functioning properly. Okay? The next light will be a yellow light that could come on right here. If that yellow light comes on, it can mean one or two things. It can either mean that we have kinking in the tubing from him moving around and causing it to get tangled, preventing the oxygen from flowing efficiently through the tube.
Right.
Can cause the yellow light to come on. So we just take the kinks out, we won't really have no issues. But 90% of the time, if the yellow light comes on, it means a maintenance issue is going on with the machine. And if there's a maintenance issue going on with the machine, we have a 24-hour line that you can call. It's always someone on call that will come out and service the machine. They may not come out on the first day because it's only a maintenance issue. They will be out by the next day to service the machine. So it's just a matter of them coming out, swapping out the filters. The filters get like a little cloud when it sucks in like dust, and like people got pets, and so dogs and cats, the hair might get all in there and cause the yellow light to come on.
Okay.
I'm gonna provide you with that number before I leave here, and we're gonna stick it on the machine so it could be convenient for you guys and you don't have to worry about looking for a number to call.
Okay.
If the red light comes on,
And that one is the one with
it would be the last icon right here with the wrench.
Yeah.
If that red light comes on, that means the machine is not functioning properly.
Okay.
So when that happens, he have to disconnect himself from the machine and then hook himself up to the emergency tank, this is the emergency tank here. So
Emergency tank.
how he's going to be connected to this machine is, we have this green tubing right here, right? We have this piece right here that's called the swivel.
Okay.
We connect the swivel into the green tubing, right? We connect the green tubing onto the machine. Well, you need to have like a, let me see if I have one in here for you. Pause for 1 second.
Okay. All right, we're recording.
This piece right here is called the Christmas tree. We call this the Christmas tree. This Christmas tree screws on here. Like that.
Okay.
We take this tubing, we connect it to the Christmas tree, like this. And you guys pretty much don't have to worry about doing this unless you're going to change the tubing.
Okay.
But that's how you connect that to that. And then we hook the cannula up. Let's see which one I open. Open one. So what we normally do is we hook this cannula up to here. But I'm not going to put the cannula on now because you guys need 50 feet so you can go up and down.
Okay.
So I'm going to extend it. If this is the way you do it, I'm still going to hook it the same way. So I'm extending, make this 50 feet for him so he can be able to sit in the living room comfortable.
Okay.
Okay. Like that. These are 25 feet a piece. So now I'm going to make it 50 feet.
Okay.
Take that. Connect it to here. Now he got 50 feet of line. I'm going to take this, get another swivel. into here. Take the cannula. I'm not gonna open up the packet because this goes on his face.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put it here. So that way, hygiene reasons, we keep this clean for him when he put it on his face. Now you have 50 feet of hose. Now he can be able to travel and sit in his living room and have the machine sitting in his room.
Okay.
Okay, so now to continue with what I was saying is if an emergency happened with the red light coming on, then he will have to disconnect himself from this machine, from right here.
Uh-huh.
You pull that apart, and then he have to connect himself to this tank right here.
Okay.
Okay, this tank is used for emergency purpose only.
Okay.
So that would means if that red light come on, that's an emergency. We come out and service that on the same day. Here's the phone number that you can call. I will stick it on the machine. It's the 24-hour number you can call if emergency happens.
Okay.
Okay. It's important that you get this piece of it. Okay. I'm gonna hold the tank up like this so you can see what I'm doing. This plastic, you pull it up just to take it off. It's very simplistic. You know, it's not complicated. Just pull it up, take it off.
Okay.
You know, some elderly people, they struggle with doing that, so I try to be clear when I speak about it. Then we have this piece right here, which is called a regulator.
Okay.
Okay, this regulator has 3 parts to it. 1, 2, and 3. Inside it has a washer.
Okay.
So all you have to do is line those 3 pieces up with these 3 holes right here.
Got it. Okay.
So it's important that I show you this because you're going to have to do the same thing for those smaller tanks, which is those smaller tanks is port tanks. You get to travel with those, go to the grocery store, go to a park, whatever you want to do. He will be able to travel with those tanks right there.
With those 2. Okay.
Okay, so this is an emergency tank for emergency purposes only, as if the power blew out. You don't have no power. This is a 24-hour machine. If your power blow out, you're not able to use the machine, so you have to call us to hook yourself up to this emergency tank.
Okay.
And this is how you do it. You put it on just like this. Line it up with the holes. Sit it right in the holes.
Okay.
I like to hold it tight. It's gonna be like an angle. I like to hold it tight because you want to make sure that it's sealed in there,
Right.
and then you just tighten it.
Okay.
Okay. This regulator has a gauge. The gauge has 2 colors: red, green.
Okay.
There's a
Yep.
black arrow inside there that's pointing towards the red.
Yep. Got it.
That means that the tank is off, and it also means the tank is empty if the tank is empty.
Okay.
All right. Then now what we're gonna do is turn the tank on.
Okay.
All right. So when we turn it on, we want to make sure that this right here is on 0, because we don't want to waste no oxygen.
Right.
Make sure that's on 0.
Got it.
Right. And this piece is a toggle.
The top
So,
piece.
so this piece is called a toggle. Some of the tanks don't have them.
Okay.
They break off, and then we use a key over there, that green thing. Whenever these breaks off, the key turns it just like the toggle does.
Okay.
But fortunately, you guys have good tanks, so you don't need to do that right now. But on a refill, you may want to consider doing that. So on this regulator, to turn this tank on, you want to turn this toggle away from the gauge, so counterclockwise.
Okay.
So you turn it, you hear that pop?
Yep.
You see where the arrow was at now? It's on the green.
Yep. Got it.
So that means that the tank is on and it's full. And if you want to be sure that it's on, you can check it. You hear the oxygen flow?
And then set that back to 0
Yeah,
to
set
turn
it
it
back
off.
to 0. So
Okay.
the only time you turn this on, the only time you turn this is if you need to hook yourself up to this
Okay.
for the emergency purposes only. We're going to keep this tank on with the nozzle, with this turned off,
Okay.
so no oxygen won't seep out. And so if emergency happen, all you need to do is just turn it to his liter flow, put his connector into here, the hose into here, and he's all set to go.
Okay.
So what I need to find out is what is his liter flow, because the machine has to be set to his liter flow.
Okay.
I'm gonna set it to the number it's supposed to be at, and you forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when it comes to setting it, there's a black ball on the inside of there. If you notice the black ball,
Yep. Right now it's at 2.
right? So that's where his leader flow is. He's a 2. So the black ball needs to be sitting on top of the line where the number is at. So that's the number 2. That's the line. The black ball has to be sitting on top of that line.
Okay.
So now he's at 2.
Okay. So
So-
it looks like the black ball is just above that, like on 3 almost.
If you nail it down this way, you'll be able to see it better.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Okay? And if he have to hook up himself to this, you turn this to a 2.
Okay.
Okay? And the same thing with these port tanks. So what I just showed you just now on how to do the regulator, this is what you have to remember to do for these tanks. Because once the tank gets empty, you got to be able to take this off and put it on a new tank
Okay.
so he can be able to get his oxygen supply. And it's the same thing goes for everything else. You put it on 2.
2. Okay.
So he's going to come home with one set up already because I'm about to go bring him one now in the hospital.
Okay.
It's going to have a regulator on it and he's going to have a tank. He also going to have a carrying case. There's going to be a carrying case for the cylinders at this size right here.
Okay.
So
For the 2 smaller ones.
yes,
Got
he's
it.
gonna have a carrying case. So if I wasn't going to discharge him, I would have brought all that stuff here. But I'm already going to supply that to him in the hospital.
Okay.
So it's gonna be good. So you'll be able to see that. So his leader flow being at a 2, that means that this tank lasts for 5 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay.
That's 5 hours and 40 minutes worth of oxygen. We got time to come out to see you. So no matter what time of the day is, it could be Christmas, it could be snowing, rain, hail, sleet, snow. If it's a red light, we coming out to service that tank. Somebody is going to be on call always.
Okay.
That tank right there lasts 3 hours and 3.5 hours.
The 2 little ones. Okay.
3.5 hours per tank. So right now he has 7 hours worth of oxygen. He's going to be coming home with some oxygen. So he's going to be all set. I recommend you call to get a maintenance check every 6 months. They say every once a year. People who keep their house clean like you guys do, you really don't really need it much if you don't have pets and all that. They say like once a year you just call and get a routine maintenance check.
Okay.
Is there any questions you have?
So to disconnect this thing, can we do that real quick? Just so you can, just so I can record it again, just so we could have them disconnect it and reconnect it.
To disconnect it?
Yep. So if we need to take that off and put out one of the little ones.
So, all you got to do is turn it back off.
Okay.
I really don't want to. I don't really want to turn it back off, and I really don't want to disconnect this. But I was going to just do one of those, but you turn it back off.
Okay.
It's already on 0.
And then you take it off.
You just loosen it back up.
Okay.
Put it back out.
Okay.
Put it back on.
And we align the 3 dots.
Line the 3 dots up. Tighten it back up. Turn it back on.
Okay.
It's back on the green. It's ready to go.
Okay, good. All right. And then we'll have a separate regulator for one of these other ones, right?
So we'll bring them one in the hospital. I'm really supposed to just leave you one tank because I'm bringing them one, but I'm gonna leave you 2.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. He's gonna have an extra nose piece, an extra cannula. These is washers because sometimes the washers pops outside the regulator.
Okay.
The washer inside the regulator, sometimes it come out. It's very easy. Just pop one back in.
Okay.
But you have brand new ones. You shouldn't have that issue, but you still have them anyway. These is one size. You can post one up on the door because you hazards. You shouldn't be smoking around this stuff.
Okay.
I don't think you guys smoke on it.
No, we don't.
So that's basically it.
If people do smoke, they can smoke outside, right?
Go outside, yeah.
Just as long as he's and the machine's not out there with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Here's a welcome packet. Explains a lot of stuff in there
All right.
in more detail and more depth.
And what is this?
That is the key. That's a key that I was explaining to you that functions like the toggle.
Okay.
But you have good tanks right now, so you don't need to use it. But if you do have to use it, you put this hole into the top and you turn it the same way the toggle, counterclockwise.
Okay.
Same thing. This is an extra Christmas tree. I like to put these back here. You want to keep the machine outside of the machine clean,
Okay.
and you shouldn't have much worries.
Alrighty. I think that's all the questions I have.
I told you.
And this is the section of the hose where we just clamp onto the green one, which you already have
It's
on
already
there.
hooked up right here.
Good, good, good.
It's just extra.
2 extras.
Yep.
And the main one that's hooked. Sweet.
Yep.
And that part goes in his nose, just goes over his ears. Good, good, good.